Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps is the show that you're currently watching. It's about to start with his amazing guests, and they gon' tell you how to survive out in the apocalypse. This way you won't be dead if anything was to attack humanity and try to end it. So now you gotta show up with your ears and your eyes and watch the show. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. Oh yeah, that's the show. That's what the show is. We doing what we said we was gonna do in the intro song, and of course by we, I mean me. I'm Lester Pipps, and that song is brought to you by Dr. Ron Rabenak, the very talented musical brother of Dr. John Rabenak, who of course is the more talented of the two brothers. But we'll take what we can get. Thank you very much for that song, Dr. Ron. Now, wow, you're probably watching this show at home thinking, who the heck this guy? Why the heck I watch this show? Well, welcome to your first time watching. If it's your second or post-second time watching, then you don't have any of those questions because you already know. But if it is, in fact, your first time watching, then well, let me just tell you something about it. Okay? Because what I'm doing is I'm Lester Pipps, legendary Apocalypse Tips spokesman. I go around all kinds of open mic situations, get up on the mic, say, hey, here's how you can survive apocalypse, and then I help people not be dead. That's all I really care about. That's what it's all about. I do have a position at the Louisiana State University unofficially as their #1 doomsday prep lecturer. So technically I'm a college doomsday prep lecturer. But of course, during all these COVIDs up in the air times, we can't be out there in the college doing the talks. So I'm down here in my bunker, which behind me, what you're seeing is not my real bunker because I don't want you to get jealous. It's an image projection of a different bunker. Because again, jealousy. We talked about this on the show a couple weeks back, but let me tell you something about jealousy, y'all. Jealousy is the scourge of humanity. Jealousy is what's holding us all back. Jealousy is what making it so difficult to survive. So what we got to do is try to combat it by not showing people what they have to be jealous of. That's the logic I'm going with, and that's the logic I'm sticking to. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk to so many important guests, talking about how he's going to survive apocalypses, learn about what his life is like up inside this COVID quarantine situation that everybody finds themselves in, especially with all them extra good COVIDs out there. And by extra good, I, of course, mean superpowered or whatever. Oh, man, it's getting bad out there, folks. If you're watching the show and you're thinking, I'm not ready for any kind of jokes about COVID right now, well, he's in the wrong place. I mean, there's no jokes on this show. It's a very serious show about very serious topics. Okay, now the guest we're going to talk to a little bit later. I'm so excited about this. Coming up at the end of the show, we are going to talk to Deb, the life coach, and find out how Deb is coaching people to do life. I can't wait to do that. Before that, we're going to talk to Bobert Bankman, freelance speechwriter. Freelance is how you pronounce that word for sure. Now, he is going to tell us about what that's like. I don't know anything about writing speeches. All I do is talk. I never write it down. Prior to that, we're going to talk to actress, writer, podcaster from Crying Behind Sunglasses, Katy Dolle. And that's all like very soon. And I'm so excited about that. Katy's going to tell us why she's crying behind her sunglasses. Behind mine, my eyes are just full of tears. They never come out. I'm going to, before that though, update you on a little something, okay? Which is a phrase I've never said before, but it came out of my mouth. What that is, of course, is, every week I try to make folks aware of apocalypses. And I did have a couple of folks write in and ask me about some potential apocalypses that they wanted my advice on. So here we go. User at I'm a Dead Skellington asks, what would you do about a skeleton uprising and could you not? Okay, interesting question from I'm a Dead Skellington. Well, if the skeletons is uprising, okay, so one thing that I always consider is like, where am I? I'm currently underground, right? So if a skeleton uprising is occurring, well, there's going to be going up above ground. So like, I think we already covered to be inside your bunker under the ground. Then when the skeletons take over above ground, it's all good. Now, the second part of that question is, could you not? And it's making me think I'm a Dead Skellington might be coming for us, which I hope that's not true because I can't not. If there's a skeleton uprising to prevent, I'm going to prevent it. Now, my next question comes from a user, Still Alive Skellington. Okay, that's interesting. Still Alive Skellington wants to know, I think my grandpa is plotting an undead uprising. Help? Okay, this happens all the time. If your grandpa is plotting an uprising, you gotta tell him to stop watching Fox News, okay? Or maybe even start watching Fox News if he's watching something farther to the right, because all the OANN news is they're all saying skeletons rise up, and then we're like, there's no reason for the skeletons to rise up, And I do think of far-right Republicans as undead walkers. Okay. Jackington Skellington wants to know, how do you deal with a rat in your family? Oh, okay. Well, if you got a pet rat, put it in a cage. All right. That's the apocalypses we got to worry about this week. Couple of things that you should know about what day it is today. Okay, because a big thing in my life is knowing what day it is. If you forget what day it is, you have a problem. Today is January 14th, 2021. And that is, as everyone knows, this is a real thing. It's National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Okay. And in Louisiana, we handle all of our holidays a little bit different than the rest of the country. Down here for National Dress Up Your Pet Day, in New Orleans, everybody dresses their dog up like Drew Brees, which is a lot easier this year because Drew Brees is throwing like a dog. Got him. In Baton Rouge, this is actually the one day a year that Tom Nook is not allowed to dress up his pets. So we finally get a break from that bullshit. Thank God. And of course, in the rest of Louisiana, if you own both a dog and a cat, you are legally required to make a cat dog. All right. Now let's get to my guest. I'm so excited about this. Let's see. Actually, you know what? We're going to get to Katy in just a second. I do have a couple of comments here in the chat. Florida Man Gamer says jealousy is... Florida Man Gamer's just quoting me. I really appreciate that. One guy gone or something says, what up, Lester? And to that I say, oh, that one guy gone or something. What up, man? Welcome. Florida Man Gamer also laughed and posted some images. I don't know what those are. I'm going to move on to the most important part of the show, which is the guests, of course. I could talk forever, but I shouldn't, because I booked guests to come on the show. I should let them talk. All right. I'm vamping about the fact that I should stop vamping. Let's get to the guest. My first guest is somebody I'm so excited to talk to. She is an actress. She is a writer, and she's a podcaster with the podcast Crying Behind Sunglasses. Her name is Katy Dolle, and well, she's right here. Welcome to the show, Katy Dolle.
Hi, nice to see you.
I said Katy Dolle once by accident. Katy Dolle. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, the fact that you corrected yourself is really a step forward.
Hey, that's what I do. Sometimes you make mistakes, but if you fix them, then you're not as bad. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little confused as to how you even know about my podcast, because it's April of 2020 and I haven't even launched it yet.
Oh no, Katy, it's January 2021. It's January 14th, 2021, National Dress Up Your Pet Day.
What?
Have you not dressed up your pet yet?
I don't know. I guess I must have time traveled.
Wow. Okay, we've had some time travelers on the show in the past. Did you by any chance write yourself a letter that included the words January 14th, 2021, take me there right now?
I mean, not that I can see anywhere around me. I just kind of like went to sleep and woke up and here I was. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm doing a show,
Whoa, see, oh my God. So during that tech check that we did before the show, you was just waking up. I knew you looked a little bit glassy-eyed, but I thought it was just, something you were doing.
It was very confusing, like last night I was binging Tiger King. I got my leopard print on, fell asleep in this, and here I am. What a groundbreaking show. That's got to be the wildest thing I've seen in a long time.
Oh boy. People, I got to tell you, I never watched it because the only thing I ever watch in the whole world is LSU football. But I do know that people was talking about that a couple months ago. And by a couple, I think what's April to January? Is that 9 months? No, that's
4. That's 8.
8 months.
No, that's 9. No, that's...
Oh, I was right. Oh, hell yeah. My math brain is good down in the bunker. It's got good math there.
I'm a little concerned, though, because I thought that COVID would be over by now, but I see that I'm talking to you on the internet instead of doing a show in person. I thought the theaters would be open by now. They're not?
No, Katy, no, yeah. No, things have been, look, you might think that April's bad, but right now we're going through what's being called a second wave, which to a lot of folks is like, oh no, we just never fixed the first wave, did we, huh?
That's, wow. I had no idea. I really thought, and like LA, like we were doing much better than the rest of the country, No.
Not anymore. LA's gotten way worse. The best part of the country now is my bunker. It was the best part of the country then too.
Where is your bunker?
Oh, my bunker's in the backyard of my ex-wife's house under the ground in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that sounds safe. It's underground.
Yeah, it's physically safe. Emotionally, it's treacherous. I'll tell you that. My ex-wife lives right above me. It's been hard, but that's just me. I mean, that's just me. Oh, good question from that one guy. Connor something in the chat. He says, when y'all say L.A., do you mean Los Angeles or Louisiana?
Los Angeles.
Louisiana. I say as Los Angeles too.
And apparently it's January 2021. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, well, can I tell you something good?
What?
I know about your podcast because it's doing well.
Really? Wait, it's serious?
Yeah, you like talking to people about the comedians about the real feelings behind their sunglasses? I mean, hey.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, so basically, when I thought of the idea, like, at the beginning of 2020, before all this happened, and I was just like, I want to find a way to talk to people about their mental health and make it funny. Because I think that a lot of those kinds of things can be very heavy. So I'm glad to hear that it's been well received. I'm proud of myself for sticking with it. Usually I quit things after like a month.
Well, hey, I'm proud of you too. Then I'm happy for you. It's great. I hope that you coming to the future in this moment isn't going to cause some kind of time loop that tanks the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, who won the election?
Oh, the one in Georgia or the national one?
I don't know why.
There's a whole thing. Okay, listen, I got good and bad news. Okay,
Trump gone.
Trump is not the elected president.
Okay, great. You know what?
Yeah, but he's choosing not to leave office. It seems like, and there's going to be a whole thing. But honestly, I think he's not technically gone yet, but he's like probably gonna go, but like we're still unclear. That's something that hasn't changed since April, where it's like Trump's gonna lose, right? But then is he gonna leave? That's what I was thinking in April, and it's still true.
Oh, so yeah. Well, I mean, if it's January 14th, I mean 6 more days.
You would think a guy like that couldn't do that much damage in 6 days, but oh man, somebody stole Nancy Pelosi's podium. That was the worst thing that happened last week.
What?
Yeah.
Who stole the podium? Did someone shoot?
There was like an armed insurrection, a riot encouraged by Trump, where he was like actively egging them on during it. But the worst part of it, I thought, was that Nancy Pelosi lost her podium. It's like, how's she supposed to give speeches now?
I don't know. I mean, you're just making shit up now. I don't believe you.
Hey, if there's one thing that's true about this show, I never lie about current events.
It's very hard to believe you when you say it in that tone of voice.
Oh, what tone of voice? You mean just my speaking voice?
Yeah. You got like one of those, it's like a resting sarcasm face.
Oh, yeah. I have been called I have RSF for sure. I've been called I have RSF. That was a nickname I had for a while.
Yeah, where it's like you're saying something and maybe you think you're coming across as sincere, but for me, I'm just like, this guy is just making a lot of shit up.
Oh no. Well, I mean, I gotta say, I mean, I honestly appreciate the feedback.
That's okay. So, why do you have sunglasses on? Is it just really bright in your bunker?
Oh, well, no. So I've been asked this question before a long time ago when I was first had the show, and people said, "Hey, why don't you take them glasses off? Let us see your eyes. See if you got any emotions hiding behind there." That's what people said to me. They direct quote. That's true. And the response is, "Well, see, it's all about building the brand." Sunglasses aren't something that you need for surviving apocalypses. That's true. Once you're down in your bunker, the sun's not going to get you. But right. If you want to be a apocalypse tip man who goes around the world giving speeches, aka also sometimes on Zoom speeches like this one, well, people's got to know that you're the blue sunglasses guy. That's really all there is to it. I'm definitely not hiding anything.
I understand. Like this is my like signature color, so I make sure to always decorate my house with like that light blue. You got to stay on brand.
Exactly. That's, and I know that in your podcast, you like go behind people's, the wall that is represented by the sunglasses they wear in. And I'm like, just saying right now, like, nope, I'm not hiding any pain. Definitely don't dig into that or anything.
I think you might be hiding with dealing with a lot of pain that you're hiding, just based on the fact that you said you're hiding out in your ex-wife's house or something.
I mean, yeah. Well, so I dug the bunker when we was married, and then I lived in the bunker while we was together. And then she said, "Move back into the house, or we're getting divorced." And I chose apocalypse survival over my family. There's nothing weird about that. That one guy, Connor something, has a question for you, which is, actually, it's a comment. He says, "You should trust Lester. He's who I go to when I need stock picks."
Oh, really?
My advice for stock picks today: definitely stock up on corn.
Corn.
And Florida Man Gamer says all the speeches and the updates. I don't know what that means, but I added it to the stream.
Well, he wants speeches and updates.
I think from you probably. Is there anything that you would say, like, if you are your April 14th, 2020 self right now, and it is January 14th, 2021. Is there anything that you wish you could tell your future self that's your present self? I know a lot of times it's past selves coming back to give.
Right.
It's reversed, but yeah.
When you're in the future, then your hindsight is 2020.
Yeah. Or anything that you want to make sure that future self didn't forget. There we go. That makes sense.
Well, I guess I really just want to make sure that my future self understands that, it's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine.
Oh, okay.
And that we don't need to freak out, and we're going to survive. Everything's going to be okay. And I hope that, I'm able to keep up with all the different things that I'd like to accomplish during quarantine. I mean, I just started tie-dyeing shirts, so I hope that that's still, is this still a thing in 2021? I
gotta tell you, I never even knew about that being a thing.
What do you mean? Look, I tie-dyed this jacket too.
Oh, I mean, it looks cool for sure. And it's definitely a thing you accomplished, and I appreciate that. But I don't know about it being part of the trending culture, you know?
Really? Because everybody's been baking bread and tie-dyeing.
Oh, yeah.
And painting. And I think
people stopped baking bread and started just watching the news and crying.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. Well, I would say stay off the news. It's a bad idea.
There you go. That's good advice. Yeah. Stay uninformed. Don't know what's happening.
Well, you can know what's happening, check once a day. And then after that, you got to go do something else, because once you've learned what's going on, other than that, you're just doom scrolling.
That's exactly right. So, okay. So, that yourself in January of 2020 is dealing with, all the bad riot stuff. Nancy Pelosi lost her podium. And of course, also, you got your podcast that's successful, and you're getting good guests, and you're having a good time. And but is there anything that you're like, man, if 2020 me isn't still doing this, I'm gonna have a personal riot inside my own brain right now?
You mean if 2021 me is not?
That's yeah.
Oh, you mean?
That's what I meant. Yeah. Oopsie.
That's okay. I mean, I'm pretty upset that I'm still stuck at home, and not able to leave the house. So I might need to riot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So that kind of happened a little bit too, actually. But yeah, well, we can't go over the whole year. That'd be crazy.
Explain the whole, everything that happened this year. I guess that after.
Oh, you know what's crazy?
What?
I never asked if there's anything you want to know.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things I want to know. I don't understand where we're still in lockdown. I thought that, they were just going to tell everyone to stay home, and then everyone would stay home, and then it would go away. So I don't understand. Oh, Lester Savant, he's buying 200 shares of Corning Incorporated. You're my oracle, sir. Wow.
Hey, you're welcome there, Connor. I do what I can.
Back in time and invest in corn, because I'm sure it went up a lot in the last 9 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's not a bad idea. I mean, I guess we should think about are you stranded here in the future? Do you want to go back to the past? I feel like I launched into a lot of tangents and did not focus on the fact that you're a time traveler. This is crazy.
Yeah, no, it is kind of nutty. I mean, I don't know if I want to go to the past now, because you just said that I'm going to have to deal with 9 months of staying at home. So maybe it's better to just be here and be closer to the end of it. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think that makes sense. I mean, you basically skipped over a lot of bad times, which is kind of nice. But at the same time, it's well, then do we have 2 Katy dolls running around in 2021? Is the world ready for such a thing?
I think as long as the two of us don't meet each other.
Yeah, because everybody knows the rules of time travel. If the two of you meet, then we snap back to the year that the one of you came from.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been watching The Umbrella Academy.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I haven't seen it because, again, I watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
Because what did you say when you were
Oh, the only thing I watch on TV is Sweet Football Tigers. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's like a time travel show, and there's a whole thing where, forget what they call it, but like if like one version of you meets another version of you in the same room, then you both get like all these weird symptoms where you get like itchy and sweaty and digestive problems, and you get paranoid.
Yeah, I heard about that, where it's like basically your body starts falling apart from the inside, and it's like, oh damn, that would be terrible if that was to happen to two Katy dolls at once.
So I'm gonna avoid her.
Okay, I agree. Florida Man Gamer has a suggestion. He says you should use the time travel again, which we should probably figure out how you did that, but we are running out of time, so we're not going to be able to probably. And then he also says you should probably go back in time and change things. Sorry, Florida Man Gamer, I changed your words.
I put myself down, but like I'm not that powerful. Like,
what?
How? Okay, if I go back in time, what am I going to do that's going to change everything that just happened?
Well, instead of your podcast being crying behind sunglasses, you could change it to being crying in front of the White House. And then you hold up a big sign that says like, on January 6, 2021, there's going to be an incited riot here by President Donald Trump. I'm from the future. Trust me, I'm crying to make a point. I bet that would work.
I mean, it could. I could like just start a letter writing campaign. I could like, as soon as Parler, like, I pops up as a social media app, just like say like this is bad news, you know. Yeah. I just don't know if I'm shouting into the void.
That's true. Yeah. Given that we have no idea how you got here, the idea of sending you back might be a little bit risky and impossible.
I mean, the other problem is that like, what if I fuck it up? Like, what if I try to tap it back and I miscalculate it and then I go to the wrong time again? You know.
No,
and that's a kid all over again. That'd be weird.
Oh, that'd be the worst. Kids are the worst.
I mean, it was kind of nice being a kid though, because I didn't have to worry about paying bills. No,
that's true. That's true. Yeah, you got a nice existence as a kid with no bills. That's great.
I don't know. I mean, I think that I'm gonna stick it out, see how it goes here. But like, if I don't like it here, yeah, I might try and time travel back again. I just got to figure out. Maybe I just need to binge watch all of Tiger King again. Because like nothing happened. I finished the series and I went to sleep and then I woke up here. So maybe I just need to do that again. Maybe I need to watch it backwards.
I was just going to say, I feel like, you know, the only solution is to watch it backwards, because if you watch it forwards again, then you're just going to jump ahead another year. Well, I guess 9 months.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to watch all of Tiger King in reverse after this is over.
Cool. And we'll check back in with you on January 14th, 2022 and see if you made it to the past. I mean, I guess you could come back on the show before then, but, you know, we'll check back in that day about this.
Yeah, well, and it might be that you're talking to a different version of me and she won't know at all what you're talking about.
Oh, man. Or she might have that internal sickness thing that they have on that one show.
The time travel sickness or something. Yeah.
Exactly. I hope not. I hope you don't get sick. Listen, we got to get to our next guest, but would you want to stick around and talk to them about what their futures is like?
I mean, why not? I'm here. You know, I'd like to know if the whole leopard print thing is still in style. Maybe they can talk to me about that.
Oh yeah, it's not. Leather is leopard print is one of those things that's like never quite in style, but never not in style. You know? But we do have another guest coming up. But before we get to them, we have a question coming to me from I think present day you, because at Katy Dolle on Instagram posted this question sent this question to me through my publicist at Ezra Party on Instagram. And Katy Dolle, this Katy Dolle looks like you, but isn't you, because you're here and they're currently Instagram living something else. That's crazy.
Oh, interesting.
But I bet they could find. Anyway, well, I don't know what I was just going to say, but the question that Katy asked is, at what age should you let a dog know it's adopted? Okay. This is a great question. I'm going to take this first, if you don't mind, Katie, but I'd love to hear your opinion on it right after. In my opinion, you let a dog know it's adopted every single day of its life. What do you think, Katie?
I agree. I mean, I think that like you should tell a dog, like my dog, if she does something bad, I let her know. I say, you know, if it wasn't for me, you'd be on the streets. So, you know, you got to make sure that you let them know and you have like kind of a veiled threat behind it. That's how you keep the power.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And I don't necessarily mean like you tell them that they're bad because they're orphaned. That's not what I'm saying, or adopted or whatever it is. But I'm just mean like you just let them know like, hey, you know, I love you. You're adopted. Okay. AC Improv says, is it okay to? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I talked over you. What'd you say?
I'm not saying I don't like her. I'm just saying that, like, you know, she knows that, you know, I chose this, and I could choose not to. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw someone was asking, is it okay to make my dog be a virgin?
Yeah, that's AC Improv.
I mean, yeah, it seems like it'd be less complicated. I know my dog, she was spayed when she was so young, and as far as I know, is a virgin. So weird to say. Yeah. And she's just like a little Disney character. It's kind of good because she doesn't try to hump things.
That's good. AC Improv adds, is it also okay to make sure that they die a virgin? Which to me, I'd say, you know, you're depriving your dog of something, but ownership of animals is complicated.
I mean, I don't know if my dog would even know how to have sex.
That's true. I never taught it. We never had to talk, me and your dog. I don't have a dog, so I'm talking about your dog, I guess. Okay, we got to get to my next guest, who is, I'm so excited about it. We're going to talk to a freelance speechwriter now who, I guess, writes speeches for free. Just kidding. They get paid. That's what freelance is. Their name is Bobert Bankman. And, well, here they are. Bobert, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Bobert Bankman, freelance speechwriter. It says it on my business card.
Hi.
Oh, that's great. That's a perfect place to write it.
Yeah, I wrote that too.
You wrote that it's a perfect place to write it on your business card?
I did. It's on the back. You flip it. It says it's a perfect place to write it. And you're like, what? And then you flip it over and you're like, oh, that makes sense now.
That does make sense now. I'm so glad you explained that.
Oh, you're welcome. No, I do all sorts of speeches. I do political speeches. I do Oscar speeches, tastemasters, parents. If they want to teach their kids about the birds and the bees, I write those.
Oh, sure. Oh, wow. I mean, you don't have like a stock speech ready for us explaining to Katie's dog that it's adopted and how to have sex in case it needs to know that.
Oh, well, let me see. Here. Do you want me to read a speech about that?
Yeah, you have one ready.
Here's the thing. Like, we have a birds and the bees talk for human children, but what do we say to our dogs?
Yeah, absolutely. Dear dog, hi, how are you? I'm doing well. My name is, and then you say your name here. My name is Katy. I am doing well. I heard that you want to do the thing. The sex.
Okay.
Don't do it. It will only bring you a life of hardship.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow, that turned dark.
I should know. Also, dogs come from storks. That's all. Bye.
Wow, Bobert. I mean, I gotta say, Katie's the one who does the show about people hiding their pain behind their sunglasses. But I think maybe, are you hiding a little bit of pain behind this speech writing you're doing?
No. Pain? What? I'm totally fine. I totally have it all together. I'm 100% fine.
Okay, well, good.
I mean, I'll take what you say at face value, but I also feel like maybe you've had some trauma.
Oh, trauma? No. My relation with my dad is totally fine.
Well, that came out a little bit.
What? Oh, we don't talk.
I'm sorry.
That's good. That's the way it should be.
We do sign language.
You just what? Play The Witcher? Is that what I heard?
We also do that as well. No, we don't talk. We do sign language.
Sign.
Oh, I see.
We also play The Witcher 3.
So is he deaf? Is that why you have to communicate with him in sign language?
Well, he is, but mostly because he lost his hearing at a Oingo Boingo concert.
Oh, man, those concerts was always so loud. That's what I always heard.
Yeah, he wanted to get Danny Elfman's autograph, kept yelling. He blew his own ears out.
Oh, man. Wait, he was so loud he blew out his own ears at this concert?
It wasn't Oingo Boingo. They were doing an acoustic set.
Oh, my God.
What a way to go.
Yeah. Shame on him. But now
so sorry to hear that. But now you know sign language, so there you go, and you can communicate with more people, which is fantastic. You can write a speech in sign language that can be delivered for folks in all ways.
Oh, that's true. That is 100% true. As long as you pay my price, I will do a speech for you. You name a celebrity, I'll do a speech for them.
Oh, okay. Well, before we do, AC Improv in the chat pointed out that your dog speech was more of a dialogue than a speech.
Oh, a dialogue, huh? A dialogue seems to go two ways, but my father never seems to communicate with me, so it seems pretty one-sided.
Yeah, I think she meant the speech to Katie's dog, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, well, no, these are 100% pre-made speeches. I am a very prepared person.
Okay, great. Well, the celebrity I've been thinking about the most about recently is John Goodman, because for a couple of reasons. One, I was thinking about other bunkers that I could show instead of my bunkers, so nobody gets jealous of mine, of course. And one of the ones I thought of was from that movie he was in that I of course didn't see. Oh no, it's escaping my brain now. The one, Cloverfield 11.
Yes,
10 Cloverfield Lane. That's the one.
10 Cloverfield Lane. Yes. So you want a speech?
John Goodman.
you want a speech for John Goodman or a speech that he would say?
I don't know. I thought I was fulfilling what you were looking for.
No, this is me as John Goodman, a speech that I would write for John Goodman accepting an award for 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Okay, great. That movie should have got an award. I haven't seen it.
It's a very good movie. Hello. How are you? I'm John Goodman. Thank you, Academy, for this award. I am doing well, and my relations with my father are 100% okay. So we should unite the people. We should unite the people by going to the grocery store and buying 2 pieces of bread. 2 pieces of bread and some American cheese and unsalted butter. Go home, stick it on the griddle. You got yourself a grilled cheese. We can all unite over that.
Okay. I hate to interrupt in the middle of a speech, but it seems like that went from like accepting an award to talking about your own father, and then all of a sudden it was like a grocery list.
It seemed pretty directional to me. You know, when I go up there and I see those Oscar speeches, I'm like, oh, it needs some more umph. And you know, I kind of get bored. So I like to add a little bit of flavor.
Have you actually written speeches for anyone that have been used?
But usually they're on the teleprompter and something happens every single time.
Okay.
You know, sometimes they're like, oh, the internet's not working. Guess we can't use your speech. And I'm like, oh, I worked.
That's a shame. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
AC Improv says, I've never seen someone say, hello, how are you, while giving a speech. We're on some future stuff here, which I mean, she's right. You might be the future of speech writing, because it sounds like you aren't the past. You haven't had, speeches be read in the past, it sounds like. So, but maybe you are the future.
Yeah. I think I'm ahead of my time. I could do the Biden inauguration speech.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to hear what your Biden inauguration speech is.
I got that right here.
Okay, great.
Hello. How are you? That's how I start all my speeches. It's a little bit of a cheat code. I am President Biden. You may notice I don't wear glasses. I think people that wear glasses are bozos. Especially my son.
I don't think he would want to say this speech. I don't know if that's going to work out.
Oh, I think it's very relatable.
Well, yeah, on the one hand, it's relatable, but it's also, I don't know how it relates to what he's trying to probably talk about at his inauguration.
Unite the people over grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, you were going to add in grilled cheese sandwiches there too?
I was going to add that in. That's always my closer. You see, you kind of bury it under there, so that way you can relate all the people. at the end, and they're like, "Yeah, that was a good speech. That was a good speech."
Gotcha. Well, Katy, I'm curious. You know, you're the one who has insights into how writers feel based on your pod and the fact that you had to feel something about changing time periods. What do you think about? What do you make of all this?
I think you have a lot of unresolved daddy issues, Bobert.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think you do. I think that maybe you could go see a therapist. It might help you.
Oh, I could write a speech for him.
No. You just go.
Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't help that much, but I am curious what your version of your own therapist speech would be. I'd love to hear that.
All right, here's my version of a speech from my therapist to me, Bobert Bankman. Dear Bobert, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you start? How are you? With every speech. That's a weird fucking thing to do. Also, why did you buy a PS5 when you knew that it was just a picture of a PS5 and not an actual PS5? You spent $1,000 on a scalper just for that? How stupid are you? Love, your therapist.
Wow.
It's weird they would say all those mean things and then sign it off with love.
Oh, they have to do that by law.
Your therapist isn't your father, is it?
Oh, no, he is. He's a part-time banker, part-time therapist.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
I want to circle back. You mentioned podiums earlier. I'm a bit of an anti-podiumer.
Oh, interesting. Your speech style is no podiums.
No. I think people that use podiums are cowards. I think they're just trying. They're embarrassed of their kneecaps.
What? I guess. Go ahead, Katy.
I don't know. I mean, I think when you watch like a TED Talk, people don't usually use podiums. They just like walk freely around the stage. And maybe what Bobert's trying to say is that the podium is like a barrier between the speaker and the audience, and it's better to just be out in the open.
That's 100% correct. It's a little bit of a style that I like to call open kitchen. You see, you can imagine that you're open and free and able to grab a griddle and kind of put 2 slices of cheese. Even if it is past your bedtime and your father says no, you are able to grab 2 slices of bread, unsalted butter, and American cheese and put it on a griddle and invite people in.
Hey, Bobert, do you mind if I have just a quick word with
what's
Katy?
up? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll go into my safe space.
Okay, great. I'm also going to just remove it. Okay. Katy, I think probably what happened is his dad bullied him over grilled cheese, and now he thinks that he can like save the world by getting people to enjoy grilled cheeses together.
Yeah, that sounds like a good assessment. What are we going to do about it?
Well, that's the question. I mean, we aren't licensed therapists as far as I know. I certainly am not.
No, I am not either.
All I can do is offer my unsolicited advice and hope it helps.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be out and proud about how much he loves grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that would help. Yeah. You don't think he's dangerous, do you?
In what way?
I don't know. Anybody who's like confronting the fact that they're in love with grilled cheeses and is a way to confront their dad is like, licensed to explode.
I mean, I never thought about that. Maybe we should, I should go back in time and report it.
Yeah, or just like bring him a grilled cheese.
I have to bring him a grilled cheese?
I mean, you're the one who can go back in time.
Okay. That sounds like a lot. I think maybe for right now, we should just tell him that, like,
I'll bring him back. You just tell him, okay? Okay.
I'm going to say, hello, how are you? Maybe that will make him feel more welcome here.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay. Bobert, come on back in.
Hey, Bobert. Oh.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
Oh, you're giving a speech?
Yes, I guess. I was mostly genuinely asking how you are because it seems you don't have any people who care about your feelings.
Nobody ever asked me what my feelings are.
Well, we're both of us, Lester and I, we would like to know.
Yeah.
Well, I would say a bit caffeinated.
Oh, I love a good joke defense. That's smart. You know, you don't want to talk about something real. You make a joke. Perfect. Well executed, Bobert Bankman.
Yeah. If you want the truth, though, I'm a bit sad.
Yeah.
About what?
Because of grilled cheese sandwiches.
About the
Because your daddy
grilled.
wants grilled cheese sandwiches.
How'd you know about that?
I think
Well,
you should be out and proud about it. You should eat as many grilled cheese sandwiches as you want to have. Doesn't matter what your dad thinks.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind that I want.
Yeah.
Go crazy. Make a mango habanero with white cheddar or something.
Oh yeah. So like if I wanted like a ciabatta and like a little bit of Gouda and maybe like yeah.
Get after it, man.
But it feels like the world's turned against me and I need to repay.
Wait, what? Why?
Because the world doesn't want my grilled cheeses.
They do. They do want your grilled cheeses. Every flavor of grilled cheese. You could have a grilled cheese truck.
Oh, I would love to see that. Bankman's grilled cheese bank.
Well, next time I come on the show, maybe I'll have my own grilled cheese truck.
That would be fantastic. I would love to hear that progression from your character.
Yeah, I'll just drive it all around, and maybe my dad, he can pay the gas.
Or maybe, or you know, you might be able to become self-sufficient. You know, we'll see. But like, I hope you find that for yourself. We do have to get to our next guest. Do you want to stick around and talk to them too?
Yeah, I'll absolutely. Just
okay, great. Well, we're about to get there, but before we do, I have a question coming to me from through my publicist at Ezra Partier from a user whose name is at Ian Zandi, who looking at Ian's picture, he looks kind of like if Bobert, if you weren't wearing a wig.
Oh, I hope the question starts with "Hello, how are you?"
It doesn't. The question starts with, "I want to know, have you ever seen the rain?" And I'll answer this first. Yeah. What about you, Bobert?
No, I've only lived in the Sahara Desert my whole life. Never once have I seen the rain.
Oh my gosh.
Never once have I actually stepped outside. My father keeps me in here.
Wow, we didn't even get to the fact that you are trapped inside your house with your father. I assumed this was like an adult relationship, but no, it sounds like it's more of a captive situation. Oh God.
Yeah, it's a bit of a room Brie Larson situation.
Wow, real room Brie Larson vibe, except the room is the whole desert, it sounds like. Dang, I'm so sorry to hear that, Bobert. I wish we had more time to get into that, but I got to know. Katy, have you ever seen rain?
The rain?
Mm-hmm.
I have seen the rain.
Okay, nice. Well, we got to get to our next guest.
On a summer's day? On a summer's day?
Oh, on a summer's day even? Whoa.
Wow.
Nice.
Must be Portland.
All right. Well, we got to get to our next guest, who I'm very excited to talk to. Her name is Deb, and she's a life coach. And well, here she is. Deb, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Lester. So nice to meet you. I wish I could shake your hand right now.
Well, that'll have to do.
So nice to meet you. Bobert, Katy, so good to see you guys as well.
And also with you.
Well, thank you. I'm shaking your hands. That's the first step in becoming successful. Shaking hands hard, making eye contact.
Wow,
okay.
Those are great steps. I completely agree. Is that so? You're a life coach. Do people come to you for advice, or do you have like seminars? How do you do your life coaching?
Well, I just started my life coach sessions in quarantine, so this is a new journey for me. But yes, I do have sessions on Zoom, and right now my aunt is my only client. But she said a friend of hers is interested, and from there on, so forth, so forth, and so forth. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. Well, as with everything, you got to start somewhere. I mean, you're starting out your practice now. Bobert's about to start a grilled cheese truck. Katy's about to start living in the future, which I mean, you all start
very, very exciting. Bobert, I think you might need some life coach lessons there, buddy. I'm afraid about where you're headed, bud. So if you want to contact me after the show, it's only $90 per session. Sessions are 15 minutes. Okay.
That's a good deal.
I know.
$90 for 15 minutes?
Yep.
Damn. Deb, what makes you think you bring it? What kind of delivery are you giving on that value? I mean, that's so much money.
You know what? I'm glad you asked. Okay, because my process is this backwards? I can't tell.
No, we can see it. At least you look good. You look good.
My session is called "How to Be Best." 4 easy steps. BEST.
How to be best.
How to be best.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you work with the First Lady, Melania? Because that's the name of her program, is Be Best.
You know what? I actually do. I do work with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of got the idea from her and then ran with it.
Wow.
Don't tell her.
Hey, I have no line to tell her with.
It's called.
But I'd love to hear your process. Let's hear it.
Great. So here we go. How do you be best? Well, number one, brave. Okay. How do you now? You might be asking, how do I be brave? Easy. Four easy steps. Okay. Radical awareness, silent engagement. Okay. You have to be radically aware of your surroundings, guys. You have to. Now, what I mean by that is you have to, exactly, Bobert. You have to constantly be aware so that if something jumps out, you can be violently engaged.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. And I had to learn that the hard way, guys. So these are lessons that I learned.
Oh,
okay.
What happened to you? What were you violently engaged with?
Oh man, I was walking down the street one day and some lady tried to take one of the bananas that I was holding. I was holding some bananas. Okay. What? She tried to take one and I had to snatch it back from her hand. And that kind of stuff happens on the daily, or it used to. But now that I have my process, and the process goes on and on, but you got to pay the $90.
Of course, yeah. I'm surprised by the story. I'd love to hear more. I don't often hear about people carrying loose bananas around, let alone people having their loose bananas stolen.
Loose bananas, it would be a good band name, and that's a tip. Mm-hmm. That's a free tip.
Wow.
Okay. Right.
By the way, Bobber, did you have a question?
I did have a question.
Okay.
Say if you were holding a grilled cheese sandwich and someone took it away meanly, rudely, what would you do in that situation?
I would snatch it back and I would say, "I don't think so, Tim." And then I'd take a bite in front of them. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. And honestly, I've had 100% success rate with that.
Wow. Well, that's a good rate. Go ahead, Robert. I apologize. Bobert, go ahead.
Oh, a lot of people specifically named Tim taking things from you, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't actually accept any clients named Tim. That's where I draw the line.
Well, that's smart. You got to identify the enemy and keep them away.
You do. Thank you. And Lester, I have a question for you. Do you get any sunlight down in the basement?
Well, that's a great question. The answer is absolutely not. In the bunker or in my publicist department, absolutely not. And
do you think that leads to a successful life? I'm just asking the hard question.
Yeah. No, you're talking about my true worries in life right now. The thing about it is down here in the bunker, what you can do is you can take a lot of vitamin D supplements and also lay yourself down under an electric light that is designed to give you UV rays, but it's not quite the same, is it?
Not the same, buddy. Mm-hmm. Not the same. And I'm just asking because of personal experience. I too used to live in a basement. I know yours is a bunker.
Yep.
I used to live in a basement, didn't get sunlight for 10 years. Okay.
10 years.
Was I was a mess. I was a mess.
What happened? Did a guy named Tim lock you up in a basement, in a basement, take away your bananas?
Yeah, more or less, that's exactly what happened. Did you read my book? I do have a book out.
Oh, I haven't read your book. Tell me the title of your book.
It is called Deb the Life Coach, How to Be a Better You, Aspiring Motivational Speaker. That's the title.
It's a long title.
Well, it's my autobiography, and I really wanted the title to pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, is most of it is about you combating your arch nemesis named Tim?
Yeah, well, it's a lot about that, and it's a lot about how I kind of overcame and all of my experiences and why I am creating a life coach success journey for myself. And I will say something, Lester, that does concern me about you. And I will say, I don't know you very well, but I do know that you still, your ex-wife lives above you. And that concerns me.
Yeah.
That concerns me. Okay.
Well, what would be your advice? Do I run inside, take a bunch of bananas till they get up?
You know, honestly, my advice would be you got to get the heck out of there, bud.
Okay, but I got a whole bunker that you'd be very jealous of behind this fake wall. So I don't know if I can do that.
Well, okay. I'm just saying, if you want a journey to success and being a better version of yourself,
yeah,
you got to let go of some things.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That
makes sense.
You gotta let
what
go.
did you have to let go of, Deborah? Go ahead, Katy.
Advice that I've heard so far. You got to let shit go.
Thank you. Okay, see? Thank you so much. Katy, if you're interested, hit me up afterwards. Like I said, $90 for 15-minute sessions. I do require that the sessions are at least 3 sessions at a time. So there's just a little, breaking it down. We can talk about that later. So
your classes are $270 for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, you're good at math, Lester.
You are
the
good.
math there is good down here.
Didn't think anyone would kind of add that up so quickly.
That's also sorry. It's also a really good deal for a time traveler.
Oh, right. You're a time traveler. That is fascinating. Now I've never worked with a time traveler before, so that's pretty fascinating.
A lot to unpack for me because I'm just genuinely confused about everything that's going on. So I don't know how I'm supposed to figure out my own life when I don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend.
Now you're living in 2021.
I would highly recommend sitting down and watching, binging a lot of Full House episodes, because that will really put you in a spot where you are learning a lot of life lessons. And you'll kind of feel really good.
So
maybe
Full House or Fuller House, like the original?
No. We're not gonna mess. I hate to be negative because I'm a very positive person, but we're not gonna mess with Fuller House. Okay, we're gonna go back to the OG and we're gonna go to Full House. Okay, that's where the real lessons are.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Really good point. Now I have a couple of things in the chat that I've been meaning to get to, but this has been engaging, so we didn't cut in. But Velvet Duke wants to know. Is there an autofill PDF available of your process?
Oh, you know what? Yes, there actually is. You do have to still pay the initial $90 fee, but yeah, I can get that right out to you.
Okay, well, there you go, Velvet Duke. Jay Franceschini wants to know, Lester, I think you should turn your ex-wife into your ex-ex-wife. Oh, getting back together with her would be, I spent a year of my existence.
That's good advice.
Telling everybody that we were not divorced when we were. So I'm doing the opposite. I'm getting over her. But I appreciate the thought.
Are you getting a lady to join you in your bunker?
Have I had ladies join me in the bunker? Is that the question?
Yeah. If you're moving on, are you to move on with someone else? I
have actually been dating this Christmas tree I met on Christmas, and that's been going okay. Last episode I may have said some things. But we did get over it, and a couple of dates in, me and this Christmas tree, we might have a thing.
Oh, hey, I love to hear that. I love to hear that from my clients.
Thank you.
It's important.
I'm not paying you any money. I haven't signed up for anything here.
Okay, well, I'm just saying I'm here, so I am technically. I will be sending a bill to you. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not going to pay it.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll be my lawyer. You'll be speaking my lawyer. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll speak to you. My ex-wife is the district attorney for the state of Louisiana, so I got a pretty good lawyer.
And you know what? Let it go. Is what all I have to say about that. Let it go.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Your ex-wife is a district attorney?
Yeah, she's the only female district attorney in the history of Louisiana. Don't look it up. It's true.
Huh. Fascinating. Fascinating. I'm gonna have to talk to her.
Yeah.
I love women that are the only woman in the field. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only woman in my field too. So.
In life coaching?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's true.
Female life out there.
I don't think so. I Googled it.
They're always serving me like the Instagram ads for all these lady life coaches.
I think I've had 6 different ones on this show.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I believe
Well, look,
you. But
we are coming up on the end of the show here. We're not gonna be able to educate you on all of them, Deb. But
okay.
I will tell you, I do have a question coming to me from at Evey28 on Instagram. Who, looking at her picture, she kind of looks like if instead of wearing AirPods and sunglasses, you was, just like chilling.
Oh. Okay.
Well, Evey wants to know, what is your favorite type of yogurt? Okay, I'll take this one first. My favorite type of yogurt is the kind that is not, in fact, yogurt, but is instead Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen Spicy Chicken Strips. That's the only food I love. How about you,
Wow.
Deb, the life coach? What's your favorite kind of yogurt?
I actually like to eat sour cream instead of yogurt, and that's been really good for me and my mental health. So, sour cream with bananas.
That's wild.
Wow. That sounds terrible, but hey, you do you. Katy, do you have a favorite yogurt?
I am lactose intolerant, so my favorite kind of yogurt is no yogurt at all.
See, that's exactly why I do the chicken strips instead. I can't eat lactose either. How about you, Ian? Nope, just kidding, Bobert.
Hello, how are you? Grilled cheese flavored yogurt. Gotta be.
That sounds good. I'd buy that.
A lot of dairy.
Yeah.
A lot of dairy involved in that one. Wow.
Dairy flavored dairy.
Just one quick thing before we get to any plugs y'all have. Grendelson says that he has a friend in San Diego who's a life coach, and he's
okay. You know what? I get it. I Googled it, and I didn't think the internet would lie to me, but here we are. I'm learning things. Even life coaches learn. Even life coaches learn on the daily. So.
That's very true. Well, Deb, now that you've learned a few things, is there anything that you'd like folks to find on the internet, or any last very quick piece of advice you have for anybody listening at home?
Sour cream is good for a lot of parts of your body. I'm not going to be specific, but go ahead and do that. And then my lawyer and my accountant is Evey28 on Instagram. If you want to go through her to find me, go ahead and do that.
Very good. Bobert Bankman, same question to you. Anything you want folks to find on the internet? Any last words?
Find my mom, please. But also, I've heard of this really cool comedian named Ian Zandi, and he hosts a podcast, Wonders Pod, about one-hit wonders. But, I'm stuck inside, so I listen to that a lot. Find that.
Well, that sounds great. I wish we had time to get into your mom. We didn't even talk about her at all. But Katy, same question to you. Obviously, there's Crying Behind Sunglasses podcast at Katy Dolle on Instagram. Anything else?
Yeah. So thank you for having me on the show. And if anybody wants to check it out, it's a funny mental health podcast called Crying Behind Sunglasses. That's on where you can find podcasts. And other than that, you can find me on Instagram. We can hang out.
Yeah, well, I mean, you will find current you on Instagram, but the you that we're talking to is past you. There's a whole lot of layers to this episode, folks. If you're just coming in now, it's confusing as hell.
Yeah, go back to early 2020 and comment on the posts from then. And then maybe I'll see. I don't know how it all works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope you figure out how you got to the future so you can get back to the past, or you live on happily in the future without getting any kind of sickness. I, of course, am at Ezra Partier on Instagram as my publicist, and I am obviously at Ezra Pipps. I don't know why I'm having a hard time understanding who's real and who's not today. But that's where you would find me and or my publicist. This show is right here on the Pack Theater Twitch channel, and coming up next we do have another show. It's Play Cousins Improv. It's gonna be fun. Stick around and watch that. And we're gonna leave the Pack Twitch now, and that way they can continue, and then I can hit the end of the show button. This is a new thing I'm trying out, and I hope
that
it
was
works
the show. Now we
it.
did it. You know how to survive an apocalypse. If anything should go down, you'll be okay. And for that we say you're welcome. Also, we gotta say thank you to all these amazing guests. Find them on the internet, and then you'll never not know when they doing fun and stuff. And that's what the fun of the show is. Also to survive apocalypses. And hey, we hit both those nails on the head with one bird or something, I guess like that. So anyway, I gotta say thank you to the Pictio.